Welcome to...
That just doesn't feel right.
No, it doesn't.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the new somewhat temporary studio. One of the many sets we'll be using.
This is one of the sets that we're going to be
forward.
Doing a couple different things. We've had a lot of changes since we saw you last, or you saw us last.
We don't see any of them.
I watch you while you're watching me. No.
That's not
creepy at all. Yeah. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, welcome to the new one of the new sets we'll be using. Yes. Cozy place by the fire.
I know. I feel like we should have like a robe and
a smoking jacket and maybe
a pipe.
Maybe a pipe.
I was saying earlier, I need
like puff on pensively.
Yeah, one of those.
A lot of peas for
bubble.
One sentence.
One of those bubble pipes,
right?
As you pointed out, they probably don't make those.
I don't think they allow those anymore.
If we had like a whole merchandise line, we should do that. Smoking's bad, kids. Yeah,
unless it's bubbles.
Yeah, it's bubbles. It encourages smoking. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, we got some cool changes.
Some big stuff changed for us over the break.
As you may know, because we've said it occasionally, that our normal full-time business is Prescott Real Estate Agents. But we kind of switched to a new office.
Yeah. We had both been at the same office for several years, and we were presented with an opportunity. Sorry, you have to watch me and potentially listen to me adjust this microphone.
Oh, you were doing good there.
We were presented the opportunity to do some pretty big things.
Yeah.
And with those pretty big things meant a change of venue for us.
Very much.
So, still doing what we do, still, helping buyers and sellers achieve their real estate goals here in the Prescott area, but we are going to be, we had the opportunity to form a team in a way that we feel is truly different in our marketplace, and I think will be a benefit not only to buyers and sellers, but also to agents who join with us.
Exactly. So yeah, the opportunity for us and our third partner, who will be introduced.
Yeah, we've got some big announcements that we're going to make when the time is right.
Yeah, all the three powerhouses forming to kind of create a really special team.
Super group.
As Marlon Brando said, we got an offer
we couldn't refuse.
Yeah, we got an offer we couldn't refuse, and so we are here now.
Yeah.
And doing great big things. So, yeah.
With all of that, we, in the latter part of 2019, you got a little droopage going on there.
That happens.
New studio problems. So, no, in the latter half of 19, we pushed really, really hard to get to 500 subscribers on our channel here on Facebook. And with the help of our listeners and watchers and all of those folks, the people who support us, we actually far surpassed that, and now we're actually pushing to get to 1,000.
Yeah, we're
just under 800 now. So, thank you.
Yes,
huge
thank you.
So that happened.
Yeah,
share the love with your friends and family.
Yeah,
we produced our first line of official merchandise.
Oh.
You can purchase these lovely hats.
Yeah, very nice.
That I'm wearing. We have T-shirts as well, and we're working on some.
We got
bracelets, and we're working. We got stickers still. That was, I guess, our first official line of merchandise. But, and those will be for sale. You can either message us directly or, I play some music every now and again.
Yeah. We have some different events coming up.
Yeah. And so you'll be able to meet with me. And if you would like to purchase one of our pieces of merchandise, you'll be able to do that. In fact, I have 2 dates coming up.
Yeah.
I have Friday night and Saturday night at the Attic in downtown Prescott, just half a block south of historic Whiskey Row.
Nice.
I'll be playing a couple of shows with the band 90 Proof. So should be a good time, and it's a really cool venue as well. So if you're wanting to come out and enjoy some nice live music, come on out, and love to meet you. So that's a thing that I'm going to be doing probably more of in 2020.
Very nice. We did have one thing that happened during the break. I don't know if you want to talk about it and, toot your own horn a little bit, but I'll throw it out there that you are the official 2019.
I've got.
Is it 2020? It's the 2020.
It happened last Saturday.
That's right. So it was already 2020. So you are the 2020 Prescott Valley Polar Bear. What's the whole title? The Ice Princess.
I am the Hairy Ice Princess.
The Hairy Ice Princess, which was super cool. Really cool event that we were out at.
And if you should watch that video, if you haven't already, we did a little mini episode of our show Cruising when we went out there, and I jumped into 33, 34 degree water. It was cold, and he held the camera so well.
I did.
Like he really killed it holding that camera.
Yeah.
So.
Like that, everything that was there was just not, it's like, hey, who wants to eat stuff fast? So they had eating competition. No, that's not me.
Your kid did though.
He did. I should give the credit to your kid who
my kid won, but your kid
participated.
Owned it. I mean, like he did great.
He got a couple bites in because it was hanging from it was a donut hanging from a string, powdered donut, which is you can't use your hands, and evidently he forgot how to eat things without hands. It throws things off.
Sure.
But no, it was a fun little event. They had an ice cream eating contest, no hands. So I'm like, yeah, good there. Jumping in really cold water, I'm good there.
We'll get you in there one of these years.
Listen, maybe next year.
I'm going to keep bullying you and keep bullying you and keep bullying you.
Yeah,
and eventually we'll get everybody
because it's one of those things
in our crew.
Yeah, I think I would get out quickly.
Oh, I got out.
Oh, you were the first one out.
I was the first one out of the water. They throw.
I was recording and I was like, okay,
oh,
he's already out.
Gone.
He's already out. Yeah.
No, they have these little discs that they throw into the pool, and if you grab those discs, you win a prize.
Right.
I have no interest in that.
Yeah. But that's
maybe someday, this is my second time.
Yeah.
Participating in this. So maybe next time I will.
I'm like, I like a challenge.
I will try.
I like a challenge. To do that. Maybe I would. If I was going to do it, I might as well just.
And the thing is, you build the whole thing up in your head like, oh, this is going to be miserable.
Yeah.
And really, you're cold.
Right.
We've all been cold before.
Right.
And that's about it. And then you get out of the water and you dry off, and within a few minutes, like you're fine.
Right. Well, it's like
it's actually pretty invigorating. It gets the blood flowing pretty well.
The first year you broke your glasses.
So the water was so cold. Yeah. I wear an acetate framed glasses. It's just the kind that I buy.
Right.
I like them. They're lightweight. They're comfortable. They're cheap.
Okay. Don't hold up to cold.
That they don't do that. Yeah. So when you shock them, especially in the part that's touching your head, so it is a closer to your body temperature.
Okay.
When you shock that acetate, apparently it shatters.
Yeah.
And it sheared off right at the temples. I lost my glasses in the water.
Right.
And had to have my wife drive me home because I couldn't see.
Right. It's fun stuff.
Yeah. So this time I learned.
Yeah. I was like,
I didn't wear the glasses.
Showed up.
This time it wasn't as bad. So maybe next year I'll go for some prizes.
Yeah. So it was
see what happens.
I showed up and I think it was the first thing I'm like, hey, don't jump in with your glasses. And I told my kids, I was just like, hey, don't let him jump in with his glasses.
It was already in the plan because, I mean, they're cheap, but I still don't like to have to buy them all that often.
Right. But you are the 2020
I am.
Hairy Ice Princess. So, which was super cool.
Speaking of things that are changing, because we are.
Okay.
Speaking of, that's really what this whole episode's about.
So it's
just we're getting back into it. We had to move, which has been great, and then we
made some studio that's doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. So our main studio is still under construction. So we'll be using this lovely fireplace for the time being. But we are working on building, kind of
Another cave.
a more legitimately purpose-designed recording space for this show.
Yeah.
Before we turned a corner of our office into that space, and it worked out really well. But if we're gonna rebuild, let's rebuild and build something more purposeful.
Exactly.
We're gonna change up a little bit of the content.
Yeah.
Going forward as well. If you take that rubber band,
Did it?
It popped off. Yeah, I think
that's.
I think that's the problem that you're
All right.
You're struggling with.
We're good.
We're going to change up the content just a little bit. It's still going to be, heavily favoring, movies and nerd culture and all of those things that we so thoroughly enjoy.
Right.
But one of the things that I've challenged myself, and I'll go ahead and I'll challenge the listeners as well.
And we've talked about this numerous times leading up to, and then even before this, of having that conversation of what's important to us.
Yeah, and just what are we passionate about? What do we enjoy doing? And while we love movies, always have and always will, it's not the only thing that we're really passionate about. So, my challenge for everybody as we go into this year is the next time you meet somebody new, it's typical that the first question that somebody asks you is what you do. Mm-hmm. And so what I've challenged myself with doing, and I'll go ahead and extend this challenge to everybody else, is instead of answering with your job title, answer with things that you're passionate about, things that you enjoy doing. Mm-hmm. I enjoy my work. I like what we do for a living.
Very much so.
But it's not the only part of me.
Right.
And I think that we, especially as Americans, shout out to our international listeners because we have those.
We have those.
But as Americans, we get super wrapped up in our occupations. And so, what do I like to do? I like to record this podcast. I like making videos. I like taking pictures. I like playing and listening to music, both recorded and live. I like doing stuff with my kids. This weekend we built Pinewood Derby cars.
Oh, yeah.
So that's more of the content that we're going to be talking about.
Is your likes.
It's just things that I couldn't care less what Tucker.
Well, and it's like kind of copycat because a lot of those things that you like, that I've gotten very, into photography and taking pictures and everything like that, and trying to utilize all those things. But yes, we're still very much going to be talking about movies because it's us, and I've already gone into this little thing and quoted Godfather at least once. So that's just.
Well, I think since we both arrived in the office/studio today, no fewer than 10 movie references.
Oh, very much.
No fewer than that.
Yeah,
within seconds.
If you see me during the day and you don't get any movie references or quotes, something's wrong.
Or you're quoting some obscure movie that you and 4 other people know the lines to.
Yeah.
I know. World.
Listen, I will own the fact. The other day we were sitting there in a meeting with us and our other business partner. I full-blown quoted a movie, and it was Crickets. And I was like, all right, good to know.
Now we know.
Full-blown quoted Fievel Goes West. Got nothing.
Yeah.
Got nothing. See, but it was one of those, I know well enough that it's like, okay, we're not going to.
Test the waters.
No more American Tail. All right. Good to know.
It's a good movie. Just not one that
I know. It was just
ever.
But that's what I do. I will randomly do that thing.
You could. I bet you could speak in movie quotes for an entire day.
Probably could. And I try not to because of obscure things like that. It's just so.
But I bet you could pull it off.
Yeah, just nonstop.
Got the spam call.
You've been getting a bunch of those today.
Yeah, it's been a heavy day. I think what
I'm
happens
getting the emails. You're getting the.
I think what happens is, the change goes through.
Mm-hmm.
When we change brokerages, there's
a trade of information.
There's a trade of information, and now people think we're new or something.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're new. You must need to buy all the things.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, it's just when I was telling you about emails. I've been getting a lot of spam emails. A lot.
Yeah.
And just...
You got an email from the Almighty this morning.
I did. That was like, I had to show you. I was like, God just emailed me about Trump. Like,
it's amazing.
What is going on? Yeah, so lucky I'm in transit. Part of the change is changing over to email addresses.
Yeah.
You went to yours a little bit before I did.
I did.
But I was in the midst of things where I was still having to use said email. So, transition. Yeah, exciting stuff. I want to say it, but I can't.
The proper spectacle must be made.
It's so exciting.
The proper spectacle needs to be made.
Well, I think the thing with any time there's changes, we both posted on the same day that we were with the new brokerage and, changes thing. People get worried.
Like, are you okay?
Like, and real estate's one of those weird things where people don't understand. It's like, I'm still doing the exact same thing. I'm just doing it
at a different office.
I'm just doing it over here instead of here.
Yeah.
Nothing other than that has changed.
Well, it's a weird thing about real estate is, in the normal world,
mm-hmm.
You go and you apply for a job, mm-hmm. and your employer interviews you,
right,
to see if you're a good fit,
right.
And while there's still some of that in the real estate business,
right,
it's more us interviewing the company than it is the other way around.
Right. You have your options of where you want to go. It's one of those crazy things that so we essentially interview them, the different offices.
Our potential quote unquote employers,
right. And we see if it's a good fit and if that's somewhere we want to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been hunting us for a while, I'll say.
It's true.
So, but it's good.
True.
It's good. So, yeah, but we got some cruising episodes coming up. We've got lots of videos coming up.
And the thing that I'm excited, I think, the most for...
There's a lot of things.
There's so many things that we can't fully discuss right now.
I feel like I'm going to have to be censored here in a bit. Like it's just going to be a long deep.
We have a really... what we feel is a really amazing program that we are going to be launching here in the coming weeks.
Yes.
Centered around small business.
Yeah.
In the Prescott area.
Not been done before.
No. And certainly not to the scale that we're going to make an attempt at doing it.
So hopefully everybody that watches us, listens, wants to be a part of it because I think it'll be cool.
I think so too. I think it'll be a huge value for everybody involved.
Right.
So that's going to be exciting.
Yes. Things are being put together. Changed? There's so many. I know there's so many things that I have to do.
So, speaking of changes.
Okay. Yeah. The kids are back to school.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine are. So, that's change. Yeah.
I mean, Christmas break was good. It was good to take a little... I took a little downtime and decompressed.
I know. We went on break and it was like, hey, by the way, we're back and we're moving offices.
Yeah. Speaking of jumping into a pool full of cold water.
Hey, 2020.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Scoot in.
Yeah, it was something we were kind of talking about for a while and some, plans got accelerated a little bit. But that's okay. Anything new comes with some anxiety and just, hey, here we go. But it's more excitement than anything of just getting to work.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's super cool that this will be one of our sets. That's cool to say.
Well, we have another podcast that we'll be a part of coming soon.
That's some new
so
news.
That's some new.
Some new.
So yeah, we have a second podcast because we respect you, the listeners and viewers of the Tucker and the Beard podcast. And again, we don't want to hit you over the head with what we
Ever.
do for a living.
Right.
But if you're interested in information about that, we've decided to just make that a separate show, and it'll be on a separate channel, and we'll give you those details. So again, if that's something, we're going to try and make it as interesting as possible.
It's still going to be us, and
it's still going to be us, but it's going to be us talking about what we do, and again, in more of a long form. It's super easy to, people. When I see them at the grocery store, how's the market?
Right.
It's great.
It's great.
It's unbelievable.
Yes.
That's my favorite response. It's unbelievable. That can mean good. That can mean awful.
I know. I always try not to tell people that it's bad if it's bad, or try to tell people it's good if it's bad. But we've never tried to use this as any kind of springboard of let's talk about real estate, but we will on that other thing. So it'll be fun.
I think there's information that we can get out there into the world that will be useful, and we can make it entertaining too. Because again, at the core of it, it's still us, and we're still going to talk the way that we talk and joke the way that we joke,
bad, and different.
So if that's something you may be interested in, stay tuned for that.
Yeah. So. And we'll still catch a movie from time to time, especially the big heavy hitters that
we're talking maybe one a month. We'll do like a full on in depth review. There's a new trailer that came out today that I didn't see because I'm really trying to not watch so many trailers. But
I haven't there yet. I've got a problem. So. I go, oh hey, well, I'm guessing you're talking about the Morbius.
Yeah, not to repeat myself over and over and over and over again, but I just hate how much of the movie they give away anymore in a trailer, and so I've been trying to avoid them, except for when I go to the movies.
Right. I try.
I'm gonna go see Dr. Dolittle this weekend though. For sure.
Cool. That looks good. So
definitely gonna go see that one.
Yeah. No, a lot of cool movies coming out that we'll go check out and talk about and go into discussion, but trying to mix it up a little bit with the new year, some little changes, and
again, just making things more organic in our conversation. We were getting a lot better responses when we weren't only talking about a specific movie.
Right.
So we figure, well, if that's what people want to listen to, we can certainly talk about whatever the heck we want to talk about.
Yeah. As I was like, we do what we want. No, that never came up.
No.
We're just like, okay. Oh, well, because guess what? That frees up our schedule as well.
Exactly. So. It lets us do a couple of different things.
Yeah. So
keep an eye out for some of that content coming up soon. Man, I don't know.
I know, without giving too much away. I feel like I'm...
Yeah. So come see me Friday and or Saturday.
Definitely go
at the Attic in downtown Prescott.
What time?
7, 8, somewhere in that ballpark.
So if they're there by 7?
If you're there by 7, you'll be there in time to catch the whole show. Both bands playing. So
yeah. So
I say bands, but I'm a solo act.
Yeah.
I don't play well with others. I'm just kidding.
There it is. No, but we'll be cruising this week.
We got our new cruising episode that should be out by the end of the week. Another video. We helped with a food drive collection thing, and now I have all of the final numbers. For that, I can finish. Put the finishing touches on a video that we made for that. Even though that happened back in December, but it's not like.
It happens every month.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. It's a monthly thing, or at least a quarterly thing.
We're gonna put it on tape and
put it on,
Laserdisc.
3.5. So each one of those videos, just speaking of putting them on a 3.5-inch floppy disk drive, I think that those hold as much as 64 megabytes worth of information.
Wow.
So if I were to attempt somehow to put one video on 3.5-inch floppy drives,
It wouldn't go very
about a
well.
15-minute video. Those are about 4 gigabytes.
It's going to take a few floppy disks.
I need one of those. I used to buy them in like
I know.
big old cubes at Office Max or Staples. I don't even know if you can get them anymore. Yeah. I mean, the internet is a boundless resource of useless crap, but
right. But we were just reminded that people still live in a day and age of they haven't grown with the technology, and so when they're asking for copies on DVDs and stuff like that, then
like, would you like me to put it in hieroglyph form? I can carve it into
almost
stone.
There. Yeah,
I can carve it into stone for you.
Yeah, I don't even know. Probably computers don't even have the floppy disk.
No, I don't. I think you'd have to. There would have to be a series of it. I'm thinking about for my MacBook.
Right. It's been so long. I haven't even ever looked to see because you haven't needed one in forever.
Yeah, like the plug, you'd have to find an external drive, and then you would have to adapt that to USB somehow.
Okay.
And then you'd have to adapt that to the, like for my MacBook, I'd have to figure out how to adapt that USB to USB-C. So, I mean, it would be like a tail of adapters on the end of this
just to do this. Yeah.
And then, you'd watch 45 seconds of it and have to put it in the next disc.
I was
like Titanic on VHS.
So my nephew for Christmas got Oregon Trail game. I think you got it as well.
One. Yeah, I got one too.
Which then he tried to tell me that he beat it. And I was like, dude, no one's ever beat that game. Ever.
I mean, I can make it
pretty far.
No, I've won that game.
Okay. I mean, I haven't played that since I was a kid, but I was like, they should come not in the little arcade fashion, but in an actual game.
Well, listen, that's why I bought the handheld.
Yeah.
It's because I tried to find
it's
like a computer-based version of it.
Yeah.
It's nowhere to be found. Yeah. So
I want that in Carmen's. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Love that game too.
Yeah, I
learned a lot of cool geography playing that game when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too. I was like,
I know where Yemen is.
Was she there?
Not in that episode.
Nope. So,
but you checked.
Yeah, still looked. So, yeah, man.
Well, let's wrap it up. We have to now disassemble our studio.
I know. Get back to work.
We just put it together. Now we got to take it apart.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. That part I will, for a short period of time, I will miss
until we
having that stability to just walk in the door.
Yep.
Plug in the audio interface
and go.
Set up the camera and go, what's up? Takes just that amount of time. So anyway, we're gonna, I think at the moment we're out of things that we can talk about.
I know, because it's like all the things that are really super exciting are still
super top secret,
super classified, and just yeah. So just know I have something really interesting.
We have things
that I will be saying at some time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
Downloading, whatever. Thanks for subscribing and liking and commenting and sharing and all of that stuff. If you could leave us a review on iTunes, that would be super helpful. And until next time, he's Tucker.
He's the Beard.
We are out.